I got a situation, baby.
Bro, let me get her there. I'm a dogger, I can switch a rules to the line can. Niggas talking down my throat, got more heat than a frying pan. Gucci around my hair, rap tight like I'm Taliban.
Like I'm Taliban, how we drop, we go. Lot of dreadheads, lot of chopsticks. Touch my skin, y'all to get your talk, man. Don't ask the price if you know you ain't trying to cop.
You the type to look around but never cop. Hey, I'm the type to buy the store, make them restock it. Hey, beam on everything I own, I will not miss. Crispy by my side like a pilot riding cockpit.
Yachty, I like stop rapping for this one reason. If the feds hear this, I'm doing 100 C's. In the hood, shooting craps to my Yeezy. Put angels on you niggas who be playing like your demons.
Middle finger to them, hating and faking, they playing on my death, I get a mother's deep. This diamond choker for some reason, give me pure ventilation. Every living with respect is collaboration.
We the bust down brothers, check the rollies out. Say you winning one more time, I'm pulling trophies out. No, we out, no sacks, or Kobe's out. Another.
Your destination for health is closer than you think. You don't have to drive hours for personalized care. You can get high-quality health care right here, close to home, at Artesia General Hospital. From hip, knee, and shoulder replacements to sports injuries, general surgery, pain management, and wound care, our providers will help you get back to doing the things you love right here in Southeast New Mexico. Artesia General Hospital is here for you when you need us. To learn more about some of our key service lines, visit artesiageneral.com/closer. Your destination for
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests. Protect your family's most important investment, your home, and protect your children and pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Call Bob Reed Pest Control today and let our fully licensed pest control professionals start working for you and your family. Find us fast in names and numbers. Call 623-5344, serving all of Southeast New Mexico.
Even if you swing the golf club like an arthritic giant gorilla, you'll look good on the course in professional polos, shirts, and hats embroidered by Business Notions. Even add your company logo to golf balls. So don't look like a gorilla. Call Business Notions at 625-2840. Professional embroidery and screen printing, perfect for your next event and sports teams. Business Notions. Our business is making your business look good. 625-2840.
are led by Squadron Commander LTG Charlie Melton Baldwin from Jenkins, Missouri. She will lead them onto the field and present them the Colonel Hope as they show respect to the colors.
Rise for the playing of the national anthem. And now for the playing of the Old Post.
A tune-up means restoration. Think about an old car. Once tuned up, it is restored, infused with new life. So is the way with football. The New Mexico Military Institute Broncos are looking for that tune-up, a restoration of sorts, as they're looking at the playoff picture. At 5-4, the Broncos are looking for the spark necessary to get the train back on the tracks. We're going to get the old car back on the road. On the other side of the football is a ghost of sorts. Now, while some have claimed to seen ghosts in the attic or the basement, on the field this afternoon is the ghost of the Papago Pumas. I use the term ghost to describe Papagos because there's not much to know about this team out of Arizona. The website, Twitter, and other social media handles leave subtle clues about the team that once was. On the field is a former shell of that team, alienated from the rest of the NJCAA. The Pumas are looking to put themselves on the map and knock the Broncos back to 500. Greeting, my friends, and welcome to the Wool Bowl and Bronco football on KSVPTV.com. While the weather looks like we're in more of an August scrimmage, the sense of urgency between the two teams tells a different story. It tells us a more accurate story of what's on the line. November football carries with it a sense of urgency to win championships and, of course, a sense of urgency for these junior college players to make a transition to a 4-year roster. The countdown is on to college football here at the Wool Bowl. We have approximately 3 minutes to kick off. On your screen now, the captains for the Broncos. From left to right, number 11, Kobe Muasau, the quarterback. Number 2, Stilton McKelvey. Number 45, that is Logan May. And number 62, doing the kicking duties, Apollo Mahoney. The Broncos, as I said in the opening monologue, coming in at 5 wins and 4 losses. The spark definitely needs to be reset for this Bronco offense. Last week, against Trinity Valley Community College, the Broncos had the game down to 1 possession in the 4th quarter. The game was 39-33. The Bronco offense had 2 drives to put points on the board and failed both times. Against Northeast Oklahoma A&M, the Broncos went on the road and won the game, scoring 21 points. The loss against Cisco College on Saturday 14th here at the Wool Bowl also highlights the Bronco offense offensive woes, only scoring 10 total points. 31 total points were put up against Tyler Junior College in a win against the Broncos. Now I'm only going to go back to the beginning of October, where we see this continual trend that it hasn't been the offense keeping the Broncos in the win column, but instead it's been the defense. Now, against Trinity Valley, the defense was on the field for the majority of the game, thus telling us more of the story, and more of a complete story of why the Cardinals were able to score 39. Meanwhile, in Miami, Oklahoma, against Northeast Oklahoma A&M, the defense held Neo to only 16 points. A firepower offense in Cisco College held to only 21, and against Tyler Junior College, they were held to only 17. The Broncos have been able to show capabilities of winning big games. It just hasn't come as consistently as some would like. Now here's the coin toss. I misspoke earlier when I said Muasau would be doing the speaking. Well, it doesn't look like he is. He's closest to the white hat as we go from right to left. The white hat, Rolando Gonzalez, the crew officiating this game out of El Paso, Texas. On the season, Muasau has 2,200 yards. He averages almost 250 per game, nearly 7 yards per attempt. Muasau comes in with 21 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. That gives him an efficiency rating of 135. If I haven't highlighted it already, Muasau's completion percentage is near 60% out of specific 57.8%. He is, by far and large, the offensive weapon the Broncos need to get going. Here's the result of the toss. The Broncos win. They will defer
and Papago will be on offense first. The Pumas are led by quarterback Zamar Mulhone. Running back number 5, Barry White. Running back 26, Jaden McNeil. Wide receiver number 80, Michael Moore. Wide receiver number 14, Jeremiah Garcia. And wide receiver number 12, TJ Washington. The Pumas come in at 3-2. They play in a conference in Arizona, the Hokum Junior College Conference. There's a small group of Arizona schools in that conference. They all play each other 2 times. The school that has the highest win percentage is crowned the champion of the conference. I should rephrase that to say the school that has the highest win percentage against other conference opponents is the conference champion. I spoke a little bit about Muasau. Let me tell you about the running game for the Broncos. Montaz Joseph has 391 rushing yards on the season. He is the team leader. In second place, Joel Jones, not playing today, out with an injury. Kobe Muasau, the quarterback, rounds out the top 3 for the Broncos at 124 yards rushing on the season. Receiving is what the Broncos like to do. Some of the receiving yards include Andre Hall. He's the top receiver. Travian Beeman was the top receiver. He's sidelined with an injury. Same with Noah Armijo. Isaiah Stevens, number 86. He's 4th on the team in receptions. And Diego Nunez, the redshirt freshman, he rounds it out at 5th for receiving for the Broncos. The Broncos are going to be kicking from right to left on your screen, south to north, here at the Wool Bowl. Teeing it up for the Broncos, the big defensive tackle, number 62, Ipolo Mahoney. He's from New Zealand. If you'll recall, he was a captain that was just on the field for the Broncos. It's time for Bronco football on KSVPTV.com. Good afternoon. Great to have you. We're ready for kickoff from the left hash. Ipolo boots it away. Very returnable, going to be fielded at the 15. From right to left, hit immediately, still on his feet, making 2 Broncos miss before being brought down at the 24-yard line. A kick return of 9 yards. I've got my stat sheet in front of me. I've got my rosters. I am set up for football now. I only was able to acquire minimal information on the Pumas. That's why I compared them to ghosts. We see something, but we're not quite sure what it is. Our information is minimal, but I do know Zamar Malvern is leading the offense. They're going to start on the right hash. They're going to have twins on the top of your screen. One wide receiver on the bottom. He's going to be on an island. We have a wing back or a tight end in this scenario. Barry White's going to get the carry forward for, give him 3 yards. The Pumas huddling up, old-fashioned football, knowing in order to win the game they have to keep the dynamic Bronco offense. They've shown spurts of being dynamic. They have to keep them off the field. The defense has been very steady for the Broncos all year. Trips on the bottom of your screen. Malvern looking over the defense, patiently awaiting. The play clock is down to 5. Malvern takes 1-step drop. He's hit immediately. The ball's on the ground. Scoop and score opportunity for the Broncos. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Broncos. Number 62, Iopa Mahoney on the scoop and score. And that, my friends, well, that's just another Bronco touchdown. We're 1 minute into the ball game, 2 plays in, and the Broncos are on the board. Following the scoop and score, Mahoney is on to kick the point after. Bad snap. No hold. And that is the backup quarterback, Meyer, jumping on it. We're off to a quick start. This is Bronco football on KSVPTV.com.
Cheese is ready to bring you the coolest dessert in the desert. Desert Ice, a 100% fat-free and dairy-free premium fruit ice that's made daily. Whether in the desert on a cone, a cup, or as a mix-it, Desert Ice is the perfect treat to cool you down when things get hot. Available in fruitastic flavors like mango, strawberry, lemon, and orange. Try it alone, in a cone, or take it to the party zone and mix it in with any Calichi's flavor. Turns out the desert can be a pretty cool place. Get to Calichi's on North Main in Roswell, Roswell's newest spot to chill out.
Welcome back to the Wool Bowl in Roswell, New Mexico. That drive for the Pumas, 2 plays, resulting in a fumble. Taken back to the house by number 62, the big defensive lineman, Mahoney. He has it teed up. We repeat what we did 61 seconds ago. Mahoney gets the whistle. Now stutter steps, booms it away. It's going to take one hop, now returned at the 20. Making a few men miss, finding a crease, getting up to the 37. That's where the Pumas will start the second drive at -37. Time on the clock, 13:53. They had one successful play. Barry White ran for 3 yards. It was 2nd and 7 when Mahoney took the scoop and score back to the house. There was a bad snap, no hold. Myers, the backup quarterback doing the holding, jumped on the ball, and that's how we have 6 points to nothing. So let's see if the Pumas will continue to get some ground attack working. Slowly but surely, they might be able to find some movement forward. They're going to be in a bunch formation, a tight end, plus a bunched wide receiver. I think that's White. Continuing to get the carry. The play is blown dead behind the scrimmage. That is number 29, excuse me. Not on my roster. The ball is going to be marked for a loss of 3. 2 run plays, 2 carriers of the ball. Malvern setting the Pumas up with 2 on both sides. Twins right, twins left. The run is going to be up the middle. That's number 28. He's going to pick up positive yards. He's going to pick up 5. .28, yes, that is the correct number. Good for 5. Also not listed on my very petite roster of 6 offensive players. But I do have Zamar Melver, the quarterback, on my roster. That's about all that I need, I suppose. The clock is ticking. 12 minutes and 40 seconds now on the clock. Twins right, twins left, it's 3rd and 7. Malvern taking the snap, fumbling the snap, winning a screen pass, has a screen pass. Good to number 28. He's going to be immediately brought down. That's a pass that is good for -1 on the reception, number 28. The Pumas are going to be forced to kick in their second possession. A net gain of 1 offensive yard on that possession. The Pumas, however, have acquired 5 total rushing yards, I guess in 2 possessions, to -1 receiving yard. Here's a player rolling onto the field. 5 seconds left on the play clock. The Pumas are in danger of getting a penalty. Now the play clock has reached 0, but the officials start the play. And now they're going to stop play as soon as they begin play to indicate a delay of game penalty. The delay of game penalty brought to us by Rolando Gonzalez, the white hat for tonight's game. He's out of El Paso, Texas, as is the rest of this crew. So we reset and do it again. That is a penalty of 5 yards, the first of the ball game. The snap is away. Rugby style kick, end over end. It is essentially a negative kick. It's marked at the line of scrimmage. The Broncos aren't going to get a return, so the Puma drive ends in 4 plays. It's a punt, and the finish drive time, is 11:11. So that drive lasted for approximately 2 minutes, 1 minute and 50 seconds, and it was good for 0 punt yards. 1 positive play, though. I should say 1 positive yard on the drive. So now it's the Broncos' turn to get to work. Muasau standing back in the backfield. With him is Montage Joseph, the running back. Muasau giving to Joseph. Joseph going forward, pushing the pile, getting a second effort. Good for 5. Number 3, Montage Joseph. Good for 5. The Broncos starting the drive at the 34. They started with 11:11 on the clock. The Broncos quick to the line. Trips on the bottom of your screen. Muasau passing. 5-step drop. Pressure on the top of your screen. He wants to go over the middle and he's intercepted. Coming back with a return from the 15. Now across the 30. 35, penalty flag down, almost getting to midfield are the Pumas. And let's see if I have that individual on my roster. I don't believe I do. One of the 3 defensive players on my roster. He was a number 20-something. I don't have a 20 on my roster. So, passing. Muasau throws an interception. The Bronco drive ends at 10:26. We've seen 2 passes this ball game, but we have not seen a pass for positive yardage. Muasau throwing an INT. Malvern throwing a screen pass that went for -1 yards. Back on the field come the Pumas. Oh, there's a penalty here. Penalties being marked off. Must be an illegal block on the return against the Pumas. Is thrown on the far side. Here's the signal from Gonzalez. He deked me out. There it is. Personal foul on the Pumas. Marking the ball off, Fernie De La Rosa. So the Pumas' third drive. Their first one ended with a fumble. Their second one ended with an interception. Now their third one is at the 40. This is the best field position for the Pumas. 10:26 on the clock. Malvern calling out instructions. He's on the top of your screen giving instruction to the wide receiver. The Pumas are going to be in a trip set. 1 tight end playing like a wingback. Broncos counter in a 3-3. They walk their outside linebacker down. It's going to be an option play. Caught with one hand, getting around the defensive end, getting forward 3 yards is number 28. Not listed on my roster, but that gives number 28 3 yards. Excuse me, 8 total yards on the game. 5 from the second drive, and there's 3 more. So it's 2nd down and 7. We're 5 minutes into the ball game. The Broncos at 5-4, looking to increase their playoff odds, looking to give themselves a good run at a championship. 2nd down and 7. The Pumas are in the same formation. Malvern giving instruction. Now giving the ball off. One man is missing the tackle. 2, 3 Broncos are missing. Outside they come. The shoulder is lowered, and the Pumas pick up the first down of the game. Give him a pickup of 8 on the play, number 28. The Pumas have a first down. The Pumas, in this early game, this game in the infancy stages, they're the only team to commit a penalty. They committed a 5-yard penalty. No, excuse me. They also committed the 15-yard personal foul penalty. So the Pumas have committed 2 penalties for 20 yards. But the offense appears to be on the move with the first down of the ball game. Trips on the top of your screen. Malvern taking it, giving it, and suctioned in the backfield before making several Broncos miss. But it nonetheless, as excited as I get, still results in a loss of 3. Number 28 has carried the workload in this young ball game for the Pumas. He successfully managed to carry the ball 4 times. He's carried the ball 4 times. Of those, 3 have been what you could consider a success or positive yards. Only him and one other Puma have gotten positive yards on the Broncos. We line up. Trips are at the top of your screen. One of those trip backs is a tight end. Malvern taking the snap. Up the middle come the Pumas. Positive yards. 3 positive yards. On the carry, number 20. Try to get a number. Difficult to tell if it's 28 or 29, but I'll be able to get a number. It is 3rd down. The carry was good for 3. On the carry was number 29. Good for 3. That cancels out his loss of 3 run that occurred earlier in the game. It's 3rd down and 10. Last time the Pumas tried to pass, it was intercepted. Here's a screen play. Caught by number 1. He comes up the middle. He gains positive yardage. He gains 5 yards on the play. Pumas have successfully completed 2 passes. One, however, was a loss of 1 on the screen pass. That one was good for 5. So it's 4th down from the Bronco 45. Last kick was good for no yardage. This is a low snap. Spiraling kick. Returnable at the 15. Up the middle he comes. That's C5. On his horse before being tripped up. Oh, he had a seam. From the 15, the Broncos, however, start the drive from the 50 after the 35-yard return. This is Bronco football on KSVPTV.com.
Dion's is proud to be a part of the Roswell community and is the perfect place for team dinners, family gatherings, and all your catering needs. Stop by Dion's in their beautiful restaurant at 1350 South Main Street in Roswell for the best pizza, salads, and subs in town. Or visit Dion's.com to order ahead for dine-in or for a super fast pickup. That's Dion's.com to see the full menu and order ahead. Thanks, Roswell, for letting Dion's celebrate the community they love. Dion's, where great food and good people meet.
Hall on the reception, good for 11, but there's a penalty flag. This could be coming back against the Broncos, negating the play. Rolando Gonzalez indicates a holding penalty on the Broncos, their first of the game. Let's see how many yards this costs the Broncos from the line of scrimmage. They've yet to mark it off. They mark it off from the 45, so it's a 10-yard penalty on the Broncos. Their first penalty of the ball game. The pass for Muasau's not recorded in the statistics. So the first play of the drive results in a loss. The Broncos are now going to pass the ball again. Muasau's pass deflected. Muasau's yet to complete a pass. The Broncos have run 3 total plays. The last penalty does not count as a play. We have 1 interception and that incompletion. The other play was a 3-yard rushing play. Excuse me, a 5-yard rushing play by number 3, Montage Joseph. Trips are on the top of your screen for the Broncos. They're going to try another rushing play. That's Joseph. Joseph bouncing outside, not able to get around the safety. It is going to be, the corner. Montage Joseph has carried for 3 yards. He now has 8 total yards on the play. The Broncos looking for their first down after throwing the interception on the last drive. It's a long 3rd down. 3rd down and 12. In motion comes Andre Hall. Now back across the formation he goes. Muasau, 2-step drop, looking right, throwing right, has Harbin, good for a first down and then some. Make it a gain of 16 on the play for number 84. That is Harbin. Quick give to Joseph. Joseph dancing up the middle, good for 5. The Broncos' first down there on the 16-yard pass. The first completion by Muasau. Trips on the bottom of your screen. Joseph getting another carry. Bouncing this to the right side. Penalty flag is out. 2 penalty flags are out. This run will be negated. Rolando Gonzalez, the referee, giving the signal. Holding on the Broncos. Repeat 2nd down. Marked off from the spot. 10-yard penalty. The Broncos' second 10-yard penalty of the drive. The same penalty knocked them behind the chains before it took a long pass play. And now they're behind the chains once again. It's 2nd down and 11. Muasau takes a 3-step drop, throwing underneath. That's Hall. Good for a gain of 12 on the play. Muasau's now completed 2 in a row. Chunk passes on this possession, 16 and 12. The give to Joseph. Joseph finding a sliver. Joseph finds 3 yards. Montage Joseph, the only Bronco at this point to carry the football. Trips are on the bottom of your screen. In the backfield with Muasau is Joseph. The Pumas trying to defend against this vicious running attack the Broncos have put together. Knocking on the door, entering the red zone. Joseph goes for 5. He now has 21 total yards. We stop play. There's an injured Puma on the field. On comes the training staff, and the players are off the field. Let's take a quick timeout. This is Bronco football on KSVPTV.com.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
The Broncos putting together a drive, 5 plays so far. They started at the 50. They started with 6 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. Now the clock is down to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So quite a productive drive so far for the Broncos offensively. If you're just joining us, the Broncos have 6 points on the board. Those 6 came by the way of defense. Zamar Malvern, the quarterback for the Pumas, dropped back. He wanted to throw, but he was immediately met by Iopa Mahoney, the 6'3", 290-pound defensive lineman from Auckland, New Zealand, that also shares part of his playing time. I should say he performs part of his playing time as the kicker. The Broncos looking to extend the drive. It's 3rd down. I would have to imagine this is 4-down territory for the Broncos. Looking to expand the lead. Quarter's gone by quickly. Like I said, we have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to play. Muasau in the backfield with Joseph. That's been the 1-2 punch for the Broncos all first quarter. Muasau passing to Hall. Hall bouncing it outside, being chased inside by the corner. Hall picking up the first down. He picks up a gain of 11 on the play is Andre Hall. 21 total receiving yards for Hall. Quickly comes Joseph. Joseph going to be stopped before he makes it into the end zone. Joseph, however, successfully carries for 5. The officials blowing the play dead. Joseph now 6 carries for 26 yards, averaging 4.2 yards per carry. Very productive. I see why the play was being blown dead. We have a penalty flag. If this is on the Broncos, this would be their 3rd total of the game, their 2nd of the drive. But let's see who it's against. Rolando Gonzalez, the referee, giving us the signal. It's on the Broncos. And back we come. Deep penalty, 15 yards. Joseph's run is going to be, well, considering that it's still 2nd down, the run is good. Muasau drops back, firing to Joseph out of the backfield. Joseph doesn't go out of bounds, makes 1 Puma miss, and he's in to the end zone after making 3 Pumas miss. A touchdown reception of 17 yards from Montage Joseph. And that, my friends, well, that's just another Bronco touchdown. Mahoney kicking. Last time he didn't make it. It was a bad snap. This time the snap is good. The hold is good. The kick's into the stratosphere, and it goes through the uprights. The Broncos have 13 points on the board. That 50-yard drive will be recapped on the other side of this 30-second break.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
The Broncos scoring drive. They go 50 yards in 3 minutes and 19 seconds. And the drive's capped off by a 17-yard touchdown reception from number 3, Montage Joseph, caught by Kobe Muasau. Mahoney teeing it up for the third time today. Once to start the game, once after the scoop and score, and now after that touchdown reception. It's a short kick returnable at the 30 after one hop. Out to the left side. On the top of your screen go the Pumas, and they'll start with great field position at the 50, the same place the Broncos were able to start their drive that just resulted in 7 points. We have 2 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock. The Pumas have had what I count to be 1 first down. They had a fumble on their first drive. Their second drive, they punted. Their third drive, they punted. And now this is their fourth drive. We're still in the first quarter, 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Trips are on the bottom of your screen. One of those trip backs is the tight end. Malvern throwing across the middle. It's incomplete. Oh, and a bruising hit. Malvern is now 2 for 3. He completed his first 2 passes. That's his first incompletion. His first 2 passes, one was caught for a loss of 1, the other was caught for a positive gain of 5. While the Pumas have tried to throw 3 times, they've tried to run 7. To some success, the longest run of 8 yards. Same formation. Malvern handing this off. It's an off-tackle play. There's a seam in the middle, and there's 3 yards. The ball carrier, number 5. His second carry, both carries have been for 3 yards, giving him a total of 6. The Pumas playing slowly. Slowing it down before getting to the line, looking over the Bronco defense and making a play. The Pumas have committed 2 penalties for a total of 20 yards. 1 personal foul of 15 yards and another penalty of 5 yards, giving them a combined total of 20 yards in penalties. Malvern taking the snap, 5-step drop from his back foot, throwing to the Broncos sideline. It's incomplete. And here comes the penalty flag. This will be on the Broncos. It's going to be after the play, so the play will stand. Meanwhile, Malvern has missed his last 2 pass attempts after starting 2 for 2. Number 17 committed that penalty for the Broncos. Make it C.J. Talua. That'll be 15 yards for the Broncos. The Broncos are now up to 50 yards in penalties. I'm getting ahead of myself. The penalty has not been added on. Let's see, it is for 15 yards, so my prophecy proves correct, if we can call it that. All right. 4 penalties of a total of 50 yards. This is the 4th play for the Pumas. Gonna have trips on the top of your screen. Malvern slowly, steadily looking over the Bronco defense, clapping once, clapping again. Now looking over to the bench. The snap has not come to him yet. We're down into 5. 4 on the play clock. Here comes the snap. The give is to 5. Looking for a crease on the left side, barreling forward for a positive gain of 3. Now at 3 carries, that's Barry White at 3 carries for 9 yards. Each one of his carries has been for the exact number 3 yards. This is the 5th play of the Puma drive. They started at the 50. We have 1 minute left to play in the first quarter from the Wool Bowl in Roswell, New Mexico. Broncos defense in a 3-3 defensive set. Pumas having some success running the ball up the middle. Not so much some success throwing, only 4 total yards through the air. Malvern gonna run design quarterback draw, and he's gonna be thrust forward for a gain of 3. Defense chance coming from the Bronco sideline. This will be the last play of the quarter, and I don't think the Pumas have to get the play off. 22, now down to 20 on the game clock. The play clock's about a second behind. False start movement at the bottom of your screen on the Pumas. That'll back them up and stop the clock. They'll have to get a play off. The Pumas have 3 penalties for 25 total yards. It's 3rd down and 9. Highly inconvenient for a team that's found success with these 3-yard run plays to go from 3rd and 4 now to 3rd and 9. Excuse me, the clock does run. That'll be the end of the quarter from the Wool Bowl. The Broncos on top 13-0, but the Pumas trying to put together a nice drive. They're currently 5 plays in, about to be 6 plays in. We'll see how they're able to finish it. This is Bronco football only on KSVPTV.com.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Check it out.
Southwest Printers is a third-generation printing company. From letterheads to business cards and all types of invitations, books, and magazines. Our dedicated staff care about your project and work to get it right the first time, every time. Southwest Printers' design team makes your art stand out above the rest. Our printing team will handle your project like it's the only one in the shop. Let us print your signs, banners, window lettering, event tickets, invitations, and much, much more. Remember, Southwest Printers. If you can think it, we can print it.
Find us fast in names and numbers.
The 6th play of the Pumas drive. Starting at the 32, this drive's lasted 2 minutes and 33 seconds. We begin the second quarter with the Pumas knocking on the door, not quite to the red zone, but close. Man in motion. Now Malvin gonna run the option. 2 Broncos are out there to make sure Barry White doesn't get outside, but instead he slips inside, finding a seam, finding the first down marker, and it's good enough for the first down. Barry White goes for 9. The Pumas successfully move the chains their 3rd time today. The Pumas down 13 points in a game that's now moving into the middle stages, but they have slowed the game down significantly. They now run an unbalanced set with 3 wide receivers on the left. Zamar Malvern taking the snap. 3-step drop, firing, and it's incomplete. The pass breakup from number 18. That's Joshua Washington. So the pass is incomplete. That means Zamar Malvern has missed his last 3 attempts. He's now 2 of 5 for a total of 4 yards. The Papago Pumas have found offensive success running the football. Up the middle, they've been attempting to establish the physicality inside on this Bronco defense. And as I said in the opening monologue, has not given up much. They've stood resilient consistently for much of the year. Firing away to the right side on an island, and a touchdown. To my surprise, A touchdown for the Pumas. And I say to my surprise because we generally don't see the Broncos giving up that touchdown. That's on the defense, number 2, Stilton McKelvey. It's a pass interference on the defense. The penalty is declined, and the Pumas from 23 yards out strike. Low line drive kick through the uprights. It is good. The Pumas are on the board. It is 13-7. It's the second quarter at the Wool Bowl. This is Bronco football.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to Smart Home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans and options to fit your family. With Fast, get true 100 megs per second download and upload speed. With Faster, get true 500 megs of download and upload speeds. And with Fastest, you get 1 gig. Learn more at plateautel.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
Welcome back. The Pumas go 8 plays, 50 yards, capped off by Zamar Malvern, throwing a 23-yard strike. The Pumas are on the board. We have ourselves a ball game. The Pumas certainly looking to make this game ultra competitive and put themselves in the Hokum Community College Athletic Conference on the map. Coming out of Arizona. Long way. Talking to the coach, they got in last night around 9:30. Headed back west from Roswell, New Mexico, following the ball game. The booming kick. Not returned by Hall. Bouncing into the end zone, the Broncos starting at the 25. The Broncos last time out went 50 yards in 3 minutes and 19 seconds, capped off by a 17-yard touchdown reception from Montaz Joseph. The first touchdown pass Muasau has thrown today. Behind with him, though, in the backfield is going to be number 16, Zahir Favors. He's not on the stat sheet. Muasau's completed his last 4 passes. Let's see if he can stay hot. Twins right, twins left, give to Favors. Up the middle. Favors with 3 on the play. The Broncos have an opposite philosophy than the Pumas. The Broncos are looking to speed the game up, put up as many points on you as they possibly can. Meanwhile, the Pumas looking to slow the game down and give the defense a breather. Favors repeating what he did last time, running up the middle, this time picking up 10 yards and a first down. Hall on the reception at the top of your screen, finding a crease and finding the first down. Good for 11. He now has 3 receptions for 32 yards. Broncos going to flip the formation, the chain gain moving quickly. Favors bouncing this outside, being brought down, positive gain of 4. Zahir Favors now with 17 yards. On 3 carries, all of Zahir Favors' carries have been on this drive. Muasau. 3-step drop, firing to Hall. Has Hall caught at the 20. Hall's immediately brought down. It's a pickup of 32 yards. 35 yards. We have an injured Puma on the field. We're going to take a 30-second break. This is Bronco football on KSVPTV.com.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor. as he does everything to make.
My yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a deer.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
That was a 35-yard strike from Muasau to Hall. Hall now has 4 receptions for 67 yards. Also, some of Muasau's targets include Montage Joseph. He has 1 reception for 17 yards, but that 1 reception was for a touchdown. Number 84, Kendall Jones, has 1 reception for 16 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Muasau is 5 of 7. He's completed his last 5. His very first pass of the game was an interception. Sent chills down the spine of everybody at the Wool Bowl. But since then, the Broncos went on a 50-yard scoring drive, putting 7 on the board last possession, and this time they started at their own 25. They are moving into the red zone, and let's see if they can move beyond. Muasau with Favors in the backfield. Favors bouncing this to the right side with room to work. One cornerback is going to stop him before he's pushed down, but it's not after a gain of 17. This is the 7th play of the drive for the Broncos. Favors not going to be able to get anywhere. Stopped immediately. No gain. It's 2nd down. This is the 8th play of the Bronco drive. Muasau firing. Almost intercepted Hall, the intended receiver. Oh, a sigh of relief permeates the Wool Bowl. Muasau throwing into coverage that time. Something that has everybody shaking their heads. Oh, what a sigh of relief that just fell upon the Wool Bowl. The Broncos 1 yard out, 2 yards out it looks like, trying to put this into the end zone. This will be their 3rd time. This is the 9th play of the drive. Muasau trying to get the Pumas to jump. Now takes a snap, gives it to Favors. Favors not able to get in. The second effort doesn't get him in. The Pumas have made a goal line stand. It is now 4th down. This is going to be the 10th play of the drive. By far the longest drive we've seen today. The Broncos had the ball, 1st and goal from the 1. Favors couldn't get in. Muasau threw an incompletion, and then on 3rd down there was another incompletion. On 3rd down, Favors could not get in. So we've had 2 run plays and 1 pass play, but no yards. We're going to take a 30-second break as the Broncos talk this over. It's 4th down on KSVPTV.com.
Of all the flowers in the world, pansies get a bad rap. Hi, this is Jim Gill with Roswell Seed Company. The name pansies sound delicate and weak, but in reality, pansies are bold and beautiful. When the frost has killed all the other flowers, pansies start blooming and they'll bloom all winter long, which is why you should come see us at Roswell Seed. We have a greenhouse full of colorful pansies ready to brighten up the coldest winter day. So come get your pansies, and remember, if someone calls you a pansy, take it as a compliment.
Welcome back to the Wool Bowl on KSVPTV.com. Now, generally, when we talk about the big play, it includes a passing yard, let me start there, of over 30 yards and a running play of over 20 yards. The Broncos known for their big plays, but through a quarter and a third, roughly, the Broncos have one big play. That was an Andre Hall 35-yard reception that came on this drive. Nonetheless, excuse me, not on this drive. Yes, it would have been on this drive. I do recall correctly, on this drive. Okay, the White Hat is marching onto the field. It's fourth down. As I was saying before we went to break, Favors ran the ball up the middle for no gain. Then Muasau tried to throw a bubble screen to Hall, which got nearly intercepted. It was broken up, and then on third down, Favors went up the middle again, but for no gain. Now we're at fourth down. The ball is on the 2. The Broncos need to get into the end zone. Across the formation, and back goes Hall. Muasau now running out left, room to run. He's going to tuck it and try to go to the pylon, and he gets there reaching forward. And from 2 yards out, Kobe Muasau enters the rushing column. And that, my friends, well, that's going to be good enough for another Bronco touchdown. "11 plays, marked off by a 2-yard Muasau scramble. Muasau appears to be injured on the far side. I'll have a more thorough drive recap for you when we get back for break. But in the meantime, we're going to have a point after try. Let's see who that is. That does appear to be Muasau. He did dive for the pylon. He snuck into the pylon. And it's what's necessary to put points on the board on fourth down. 10 minutes and 50 seconds to go, which means that drive would have been not quite. Would have been 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So yet a quick drive for the Broncos. Grateful you can join me for my calculations. Generally, these conversations to myself or my broadcast partner, when I have one, take place during the break. But as we wait for Muasau to come off the field, I can have these conversations with you. Mahoney's kick appears to be good from my perspective, and the officials say the same thing. We're going to take a break. The Broncos find the end zone. This is New Mexico Military Institute Bronco football on KSVPTV.com.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
11 plays, 2 minutes and 40 seconds, capped off by a 2-yard touchdown run from Cody Muasau. That is the Broncos' offensive scoring drive recap. Mahoney now has the ball teed up in the middle of the field. 10 minutes and 50 seconds are left on the clock. Last time the Pumas were on the field offensively, they scored a touchdown. They went 50 yards in 8 plays, and from 23 yards out, had a strike. Good enough for a touchdown over Stilton McKelvey, a highly respected cornerback for the Broncos, playing on the top of your screen when he's on defense, almost always. Mahoney, stutter stepping up to the ball now, booting it away, going to be returned at the 25. A lot of white jerseys all moving forward, now moving outside. And the Pumas' offensive drive starting at the 41, 42, maybe the 43. That's where they're at. Negative 43 on the stat sheet. Time to go, 10 minutes and 43 seconds to halftime. Meanwhile, for the high school, Colt football is beating Navajo Prep by 40 points. It is 48-8 for Colt football. We're at the Wool Bowl in Roswell, New Mexico. This is junior college football action on KSVPTV.com. The Papago Pumas and the New Mexico Military Institute Broncos. Malvern marching the offense onto the field. The Bronco defense looks like they're going to come after him. Run play up the middle. Good for 3. On the carry, number 20. See, he's going to be last off the pile. Make it number 25. He enters the running column. Good for 3. He is the 5th Puma to carry the football. I've yet to see number 26, Jaden McNeil. Coach told me he's a player to watch. I've yet to see him. Second play of the drive for the Pumas incoming, 2nd down and 7. They've shown some efficiency to move the football. Last drive, let's see if they can do it again this drive from their own 47. Going to be a backwards pass, going to count as a run. That's number 28. He's going to be swallowed up. Make it a loss of 2 on the carry. He's now had back-to-back carries for negative yards. One of -3 and that one of -2. He marches off the field. The Pumas have used 2 different ball carriers in the last 2 plays. Looking to get some traction, and boy, don't they need it. That would put them back to within 1 score. They spent much of the first quarter behind by 2 scores, and that's where they set themselves at now, behind 2 scores. Trips are on the top of your screen. Malvern dropping back under pressure, firing away. It's incomplete. He had a long streak there. Well, it was actually 3 incompletions. I guess what I'm trying to say is he has only completed 1 of his last 5 passes. He went on a streak of 3 incomplete passes before finally finding a reception, a long reception of 23 yards, before eventually throwing another completion. So 23 yards in his last 5 attempts for Zamar Malvern. We've seen a punt tonight of essentially negative yards for the Pumas, so there's no predicting what could happen here. Meanwhile, the play clock hits 0 and the penalty flag is out. The Pumas' second delay of game, both of them on special teams. The Pumas have now committed 4 penalties for 30 yards. If they punt and don't go for it, this would be a 3 and out. Good snap, good catch. The kick is spiraling, returnable at the 25. Churchill Williams not able to make anybody miss. His return is going to be negated. No yards on the play, but it's a 3 and out. The drive ends at 8 minutes and 46 seconds. So 2 minutes and 2 seconds on the Puma drive. This is Bronco football on KSVPTV.com. We're back after this.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
Meyer now the quarterback for the Broncos, but that play is swallowed up. Favors is going to be marked for a loss of 5 on the play. Zahir Favors, that was his 7th carry. He has 29 yards. Meyer, the new quarterback. Twins right, twins left. Now looking over, getting the play. Hall in motion behind the formation. Meyer kind of by himself there. He's going to pick up 2 yards. Moosow, the only Bronco that's thrown a pass today, but here on 3rd and 13, that could change with Meyer being the quarterback. He's going to have trips on the top of your screen. The Pumas countering in a 4-2 set. Expecting a pass. Let's see if they get one. They do. Meyer drops back, finds the laces, fires right, finds a receiver. It's good for a gain of 15, 16, 17, 18 on the carry, on the reception. On the reception there appears to be number 80. Good for 17 on the play. The Broncos move the chains. Myers firing again to number 80 across the middle. Good for a first down. Good for 15. Good for 18. Chunk plays now for the Broncos. This is the 5th play of the Bronco drive. They're up to the line quickly. Twins trips to the bottom of your screen. Meyer, 3-step drop, firing over the middle. He throws an interception. The 2nd interception for the Broncos today. Clobbered is number 11, but nonetheless, he's going to get up and get the last laugh. The Pumas are going to start from their own 45-yard line when we return on Bronco Football on KSVPTV.com.
Your destination for health is closer than you think. You don't have to drive hours for personalized care. You can get high-quality health care right here, close to home, at Artesia General Hospital. From hip, knee, and shoulder replacements to sports injuries, general surgery, pain management, and wound care, our providers will help you get back to doing the things you love right here in Southeast New Mexico. Artesia General Hospital is here for you when you need us. To learn more about some of our key service lines, visit artesiageneral.com/closer.
That 5-play drive goes for 2 minutes, and it results in an interception. So, the Pumas, starting now from their own 45. On the clock, 6 minutes and 46 seconds. Number 29 getting the carry, good for nothing. 29, correct? Yes, number 29. Good for no gain. Trips on the bottom of your screen. Zamar Malvern now giving instruction to number 14, Jeremiah Garcia. Jeremiah Garcia, 2nd from the bottom. 2nd down and 10. Malvin dropping back, throwing now to number 80. That is Michael Moore. Moore picking up enough for the first down, and then some. Moore picks up 11. That's good for a completion, and here's another play of the Puma drive. Now 1st down and 10. The Broncos are losing the turnover battle. The Pumas have only lost 1 fumble. Meanwhile, the Broncos have lost 2 interceptions. The carry up the middle, number 28. It's going to go nowhere. It's going to be a loss of 3. In comes almost a new unit of Pumas. All the skill guys coming in. Meanwhile, for number 28, not on my thin roster, he's carried the ball 6 times for 8 yards. His last 3 carries have all been for negative yards. -3, -2, and -3 again. The Pumas changing the formation. They're going to be now with a heavy set closer to the bottom of your screen. Malvern takes a 1-step drop, firing over the middle. Has a man, but it's incomplete. The play is blown dead. There's a penalty flag on the play. Let's see what Rolando Gonzalez has to say. Hand on his hip as if he's turning on a microphone, but Mr. Gonzalez, you have no microphone for this afternoon's ball game. He's going to pick up the penalty flag. No, he's not. It's going to be marked off on the Pumas. It's a 10-yard penalty, so the incompletion doesn't happen. The Pumas have now racked up 5 penalties, cumulative 40 yards. They are, they do have the same amount of penalties as the Broncos, but the Broncos have, the Pumas have 5 penalties for 40 yards, but the Broncos have 4 penalties for 50 yards. There, my story is straight. Okay, we'll replay the down. Malvern wanting a screen pass, has number 29. Tripped up, the turf monster gets him. It's a gain of 1. Number 29, though, enters the receiving category, his first time today. I said that last play didn't count. The penalty pushed it back, so this will be the 5th play of the Puma drive. They picked up a first down on 2 plays, and now it's 3rd down. They started at their 45, and would you look at where they are? They're on their 45. The clock is ticking. They've taken over 3 minutes off the clock now exactly. They started at 6:46. We're down to 3:40. 3 minutes, but no field change. Very interesting combination. Malvern dropping back, firing over the middle, 29. The intended receiver makes one Bronco miss. He's brought down. A gain of 16. Make it 17 on the play. Malvern has now completed his last 3 passes. It's 4th down. It's the 6th play of the drive after I put the tally on the sheet. Trips are on the top of your screen. We don't have a tight end this time. It's 4th down. The Pumas taking every ounce of clock that they possibly can, keeping the Broncos off the field. Broncos in a 3-3 set. Malvern drops back, wants to go left, has a slant route, has a receiver, and it's broken up on 4th and 5. The Bronco defense will stand. They'll get off the field. It'll be 1st down Broncos when we return.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests. Protect your family's most important investment, your home, and protect your children and pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Call Bob Reed Pest Control today and let our fully licensed pest control professionals start working for you and your family. Find us fast in names and numbers. Call 623-5344, serving all of southeast New Mexico.
Meyer back on offense. His last pass was an interception. Now he's going to keep the ball around the right side, tucking it, trying to get inside, but he does pick up positive yards. How many do they give him? They give him 6. Or at least I do. And having the microphone, I am the arbiter of yards. Meyer now has 8 total yards. We have 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Myers firing over the middle. It's going to be number 80 on the reception, bouncing it outside. Good for a 1st down. That's going to be good for 5. Make it 8 yards to number 80. That's Myers' first completion. His 2nd pass of the ball game. It's good for 8. Favors carrying the ball up the middle. He's going to run into the back of his own lineman, but he's going to pick up 3. Broncos to the line quickly. Trips on the bottom of your screen. Meyer giving to Favors. Now pulling, actually. Finding his favorite target, number 80. And there's a face mask penalty coming from every direction. I was able to see it clearly. Number 80 with another reception. That's good for a gain of, make it 7. Make it a 1st down. Myers with another reception. That's a 15-yard penalty on the Pumas. They now surpass the Broncos in penalty yardage. There's a timeout on the field. Let's take one, too. This is Bronco football on KSVPTV.com.
Even if you swing the golf club like an arthritic giant gorilla, you'll look good on the course in professional polos, shirts, and hats embroidered by Business Notions. Even add your company logo to golf balls. So don't look like a gorilla. Call Business Notions at 625-2840. Professional embroidery and screen printing, perfect for your next event and sports teams. Business Notions. Our business is making your business look good. 625-2840.
Welcome back to the Wool Bowl and Bronco football on KSVPTV.com. The Broncos starting this drive at their own 45. Excuse me, not the 45, make it the 37. So they're on the move. They started with 2 minutes and 42 seconds. There's 1 minute and 23 seconds left to go. Myers, the quarterback, following Muasau, coming off with an injury. Trips are on the top of your screen. Hall is in motion. Muasau giving the favors, coming to the right side, met at the line of scrimmage, falling forward, give him a gain of 6 on the play. Favors now moves up to 38 total yards. He is the Bronco leading rusher. We're coming upon 1 minute to play from the Wool Bowl. Broncos up 2 touchdowns, looking to make it 3. Myers going to keep the ball on a midline draw. Picks up enough for the first down. He picks up, make it a gain of 6 from Myers. He now has 14 total yards on 3 tries. We pause for another timeout from the Wool Bowl. Back in 30 seconds.
Calicci's is ready to bring you the coolest dessert in the desert. Desert Ice, a 100% fat-free and dairy-free premium fruit ice that's made daily. Whether in the desert on a cone, a cup, or as a mix-it, Desert Ice is the perfect treat to cool you down when things get hot. Available in fruitastic flavors like mango, strawberry, lemon, and orange. Try it alone, in a cone, or take it to the party zone and mix it in with any Calicci's flavor. Turns out the desert can be a pretty cool place. Get to Calicci's on North Main in Roswell. Roswell's newest spot to chill out.
I apologize if the music from the public address system is permeating on my broadcast. I have no idea what this song is. Producer next to me, Tanner, is sure enjoying it. It does have a catchy rhythm. I've never heard it before. The chorus says, walk, 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 walk. That's my best try to duplicate that atrocious sounding song. Meanwhile, good health advice. Very good advice. Permeating from the speakers of the Wool Bowl. The Broncos are on the move. They started the drive with 2 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock. Now we're down to less than a minute. They started at their own 37, led by Myers. Myers, not the regular quarterback. The regular quarterback being Kobe Muasau, but Casey Myers. Excuse me, Kieran Myers. In the driver's seat for this Bronco offense. Hall goes in motion across your screen. Myers looking left now, firing right. Oh, Jones! Going up and making the play. Getting oohs and ahs out of this Wool Bowl crowd. It's good for a Bronco touchdown from 16 yards out. That, my friends, that's just another Bronco touchdown. Mahoney on to try the point after. Good snap, good hold, Good kick. The Broncos up by 3 scores. We'll be back on KSVPTV.com.
Dion's is proud to be a part of the Roswell community and is the perfect place for team dinners, family gatherings, and all your catering needs. Stop by Dion's in their beautiful restaurant at 1350 South Main Street in Roswell for the best pizza, salads, and subs in town. Or visit Dion's.com to order ahead for dine-in or for a super fast pickup. That's Dion's.com to see the full menu and order ahead. Thanks, Roswell, for letting Dion's celebrate the community they love. Dion's, where great food and good people meet.
The Broncos scoring drive. They go 63 yards in 1 minute and 52 seconds, capped off by a 16-yard track from Meyer to Jones. Meyer's first touchdown pass of the game. Jones' first touchdown reception of the game. Second touchdown pass for the Broncos. Now the Broncos have thrown 2 touchdown passes. They've also thrown 2 interceptions. Nonetheless, Mahoney has the ball teed up, counting down to halftime. Mahoney's kick, a little higher than the others, returnable at the 27. Cutting back across the field, having room. Stutter stepping at the 35. Cutting it upfield to the 45. The Pumas are going to have a shorter field, but shorter time on the clock. So, starting at the 46, it's going to be marked down at the 44 according to the official on the bottom of your screen. Let's see, though, where the official in the middle marks him. 44. Time on the clock, 36 seconds when we round up. The Pumas had a fumble on their first drive, then they punted again, then they had a touchdown. Then they had a punt, and then they lost it on 4th down. The 7th Puma drive out of Papago Community College. Malvern dropping back, firing over the middle. He's got Barry White with plenty of room to run and plenty of speed. White cutting back. He's going to be down after a gain of 10. 20, 30, 40 on the reception. Coming out of the backfield. Now Malvern going to spike it. Now the spike does count as an incomplete pass. The spike, though, is not a timeout. You see the Pumas walking off the field. The spike is not indicative of a timeout. This is the 3rd play of the drive. Coming up now. First play, a strike to Barry White out of the backfield. No Bronco linebacker picked him up. White was able to go for 40. We have 23 seconds to go. The Broncos are winning by 20 points. When I say to go, I mean to go until halftime. The Pumas have been able to put points on the board, but they've also cost their team points offensively with the second play of the game from scrimmage being a scoop and score for the Broncos, resulted in 6 points because the point after try was missed. I guess it wasn't missed. The snap was bobbled. Pumas having some trouble getting to the line, but on the play clock is 15 seconds, so they have plenty of time to work out these dinks. Zamar Malvern has twins to the left, twins to the right. Now sends a man in motion. That's number 80, Michael Moore. The give is to Michael Moore. Now they're going to have a reverse with some room on the backside. The Broncos are able, though, to stay home and run down number 8. Number 8 is the rusher. He's not going to pick up anything. He's actually going to be marked for a loss of 1. The Pumas are going to call a timeout. Let's take 1-2. This is Bronco football on KSVPTV.com.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
5 seconds to go. The Pumas going to be walking out the field goal kicker. Going to be a long try. It's going to be a 38-yard try. When we factor in he's kicking from the 28-yard line, we incorporate the 10 yards in the end zone, so that'll be 38 yards. This kick would move the Pumas up to 10 points, would inch them closer. It'd still be a 3-possession game. The Broncos would still be up by 17, but the Pumas would have some of their work cut out for them. The Broncos will get the ball to start the second half. The Pumas are ready to play football. The Broncos, however, are starting to continue to walk some guys out. Looks like they just walked on number 2, Stilton McKelvey, out of Houston, Texas. Fantastic ball player. Found himself on the wrong side of a receiving touchdown for the Pumas' first touchdown of the ball game. But that's the way that it goes sometimes. So, Tanner, let's take another 30-second break. I don't know what we're waiting on. We'll be back after this.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday, to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
The offense is on the field. That's Malvern. The Pumas have gone 39 yards, not electing to kick a field goal. They got 6 seconds left. Malvern wants to throw across the middle. He only pump fakes. Now he's got to get away from pressure. He dumps it off. Broncos are there for the interception. There's no more time on the clock. The pass is incomplete. The Broncos are going to go into halftime with a 20-point lead, 27-7. Malvern shaken up. We're going to take a break. It's halftime on KSVPTV.com. This is New Mexico Military Institute Bronco football. We'll return with halftime stats.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to Smart Home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans and options to fit your family. With Fast, get true 100 megs per second download and upload speed. With Faster, get true 500 megs of download and upload speeds. And with Fastest, you get 1 gig. Learn more at plateautel.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
We really are trying to create this homestead.
there are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details, 2nd and Sycamore, and 1309 Southeast Main.
Of all the flowers in the world, pansies get a bad rap. Hi, this is Jim Gill with Roswell Seed Company. The name pansies sound delicate and weak, But in reality, pansies are bold and beautiful. When the frost has killed all the other flowers, pansies start blooming and they'll bloom all winter long, which is why you should come see us at Roswell Seed. We have a greenhouse full of colorful pansies ready to brighten up the coldest winter day. So come get your pansies, and remember, if someone calls you a pansy, take it as a compliment.
Do you know what the hardest part of dealing with a roofer is? Just trying to get him on the phone. Trustmark Roofing wants you to know you can always trust Trustmark Roofing to answer their phones. You need a free roof inspection? Just call 575-755-ROOF, and the phone will be answered by a live person, a real human being. Have a roofing project already going with them and need to discuss it? Just call 575-755-ROOF, and Trustmark Roofing will answer the phone. No answering machines, no voicemails, no weird robot automated attendant. That's because at Trustmark Roofing, they're all about relationships and treating people right. That's true for customers and vendors and insurance companies and employers, anyone and everyone who comes in contact with Trustmark Roofing. So if you have any roofing needs at all, trust Trustmark to treat you right and answer the phone. The number again, 575-755-ROOF, or find them online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Southwest Printers is a third-generation printing company. From letterheads to business cards and all types of invitations, books, and magazines. Our dedicated staff care about your project and work to get it right the first time, every time. Southwest Printers' design team makes your art stand out above the rest. Our printing team will handle your project like it's the only one in the shop. Let us print your signs, banners, window lettering, event tickets, invitations, and much, much more. Remember, Southwest Printers. If you can think it, we can print it.
Find us fast in names and numbers.
Welcome back to halftime from the Wool Bowl on KSVPTV.com. The New Mexico Military Institute Broncos are leading over the Papago Pumas 27-7. Here's a few stats for you. As a team, the Broncos have rushed for 80 yards. They've thrown for 156. They have 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. The Broncos have thrown 2 interceptions. They have not fumbled the football. They have forced 1 fumble. The Pumas, on the half, have thrown the ball for 96 yards. They've ran for 32. They've had 1 touchdown on the game, no interceptions, 1 fumble. They have not forced the Broncos to fumble. A few individual statistics. Rushing the football, Montage Joseph. He's gone for 6 carries and 26 yards. Zahir Favors, gone for 9 carries, 38 yards. Number 11, Kobe Muasau, has a rushing touchdown, the only rushing touchdown of the game. That was a 2-yard run, so that's his rushing contribution. And number 7, Kieran Meyer. He's got 3 carries for 14 yards. Receiving for the Broncos, number 84, Kendall Jones. 2 receptions, 32 yards. Number 1, Andre Hall, 4 receptions, 67 yards. He's got the longest reception for the Broncos at 35 yards. Number 3, Montage Joseph had that touchdown reception out of the backfield for 17 yards, his lone reception of the ball game. Number 80, Julius Guininos. 4 receptions for 40 yards. What else you might be interested in knowing? Kieran Meyer is 3 for 4. He's got a touchdown and an interception. Muasau is 5 of 8. Muasau also has a rushing touchdown as well as a passing touchdown. Yes, his passing touchdown was to number 3, Montaz Joseph. Drive summary for the Broncos. Their first drive ended in an interception. It was only 2 plays. It was a quick interception. But from there, the offense got moving. They scored a touchdown on a 50-yard drive. That was Joseph's reception. Then Muasau scampered in from 2 yards out. That was their third drive. Then in came Meyer. Meyer threw an interception on the Broncos' 4th drive. The 5th drive, however, the train got back on the track. Touchdown. Number 84, Kendall Jones. He went up, high pointed the football, and came down with the reception. So, we have about 9 minutes left to play. We're going to take another break. Couple of minutes. When we come back, we'll talk about the second half and what to expect. This is Bronco Football on KSVP.TV.com.
Hi, my name is Chance with Trustmark Roofing and Windows, and here's what you should expect during your window inspection. Upon my arrival, you'll receive a 15-minute courtesy call letting you know I'm on the way. Once I'm in your home, I'm going to be checking for moisture indication, functionality, and any kind of energy efficiency improvements to the inside and outside of your home. After my inspection, I'll give you my professional opinion, and then you can decide whether you want a no-obligation quote. Myself or the office will contact you to set up a date when I can show you my products and options to best suit your needs. So when choosing windows, choose Trustmark Roofing and Windows. Our goal is to give you a 5-star service and get you what you deserve, and that's the best.
Your destination for health is closer than you think. You don't have to drive hours for personalized care. You can get high-quality health care right here, close to home, at Artesia General Hospital. From hip, knee, and shoulder replacements to sports injuries, general surgery, pain management, and wound care, our providers will help you get back to doing the things you love right here in Southeast New Mexico. Artesia General Hospital is here for you when you need us. To learn more about some of our key service lines, visit artesiageneral.com/closer.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests. Protect your family's most important investment, your home, and protect your children and pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Call Bob Reed Pest Control today and let our fully licensed pest control professionals start working for you and your family. Find us fast in names and numbers. Call 623-5344, serving all of Southeast New Mexico.
Even if you swing the golf club like an arthritic giant gorilla, you'll look good on the course in professional polos, shirts, and hats embroidered by Business Notions. Even add your company logo to golf balls. So don't look like a gorilla. Call Business Notions at 625-2840. Professional embroidery and screen printing, perfect for your next event and sports teams. Business Notions. Our business is making your business look good. 625-2840.
Calichi's is ready to bring you the coolest dessert in the desert. Desert Ice, a 100% fat-free and dairy-free premium fruit ice that's made daily. Whether in the desert on a cone, a cup, or as a mix-it, Desert Ice is the perfect treat to cool you down when things get hot. Available in fruitastic flavors like mango, strawberry, lemon, and orange. Try it alone, in a cone, or take it to the party zone and mix it in with any Calichi's flavor. Turns out the desert can be a pretty cool place. Get to Calichi's on North Main in Roswell, Roswell's newest spot to chill out. Dion's is proud to be a part of the Roswell community and is the perfect place for team dinners, family gatherings, and all your catering needs. Stop by Dion's in their beautiful restaurant at 1350 South Main Street in Roswell for the best pizza, salads, and subs in town. Or visit Dion's.com to order ahead for dine-in or for a super fast pickup. That's Dion's.com to see the full menu and order ahead. Thanks, Roswell, for letting Dion's celebrate the community they love. Dion's, where great food and good people meet.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
It's halftime at the Wool Bowl. The Broncos are leading the Papago Pumas 27-7. I forgot to tell you about the penalties. The Broncos have committed 5 penalties for 50 yards. The Pumas have committed 6 penalties for 55 yards. So a near equal tab on penalties. Okay, so the Broncos are up by 20. And this was a game. The talk around the program was that this was a game that, I shouldn't say the program, I should say the community, around the community. There was an expectation the Broncos were going to run away with it. This was a stat padding game, a win padding game, making the conference championship or the rankings, the bowl games, all the postseason talk, making that more enamorous for the Broncos. That was the purpose this game was to serve. However, I saw the Broncos, I have broadcast, I've told you, we have witnessed together the Broncos have not necessarily always dominated this game. I remember the touchdown drive the Pumas had, the 50-yard touchdown drive. They took about 5 minutes off the clock. This was at the end of the first quarter, leading into the second quarter. The Pumas marched down the field and scored. Highly concerning. I was very concerned, considering I had the perception the Broncos were going to run away with this one. But we know that wasn't necessarily the case. Now, I think what we've seen, though, from the Broncos has been consistency. The Broncos have been able to maintain this pressure on the Pumas consistently. The Pumas have not necessarily been able to retaliate that pressure. However, it's also worth noting, while the Bronco defense gave up 1 touchdown, the offense has also given up 2 interceptions. It would be I would be unfairly painting the Bronco defense by only talking about the touchdown they gave up and not talking about the touchdown that they caused. If you'll remember, the second play of the game from scrimmage, Zahir dropped back, and not Zahir, excuse me. What is the name of this quarterback for the Pumas? Let me not mispronounce this. Zamar Malvern. Second play from scrimmage, drops back. He's hit immediately. He fumbles the football. Big number 62, Ipolo Mahoney, carries the ball into the end zone. So it would be unfair for me to label the Bronco defense as maybe a step behind, only on 1 drive, considering they forced the Pumas to punt 1, 2, 3 drives. The Pumas turned it over on a 4th down, and then their halftime, the Pumas ran out of time. The Bronco defense has held steady. The offense has maintained pressure. Let's see if this can be kept up. We're at the Wool Bowl. We will return with the second half kickoff on KSVPTV.com.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to smart home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber to home technology 100 times faster than average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans and options to fit your family. With fast, get true 100 megs per second download and upload speed. With faster, get true 500 megs of download and upload speeds. And with fastest, you get 1 gig. Learn more at plateautel.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
My yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
We really are trying to create this homestead.
there are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309.
At the Wool Bowl in Roswell, New Mexico. Not a cloud in sky last week when we were broadcasting the Broncos home game against Trinity Valley, the Cardinals. It was freezing. Well, not in the literal sense. It was actually about 65. But for us New Mexicans, that's extremely cold. I felt as if I was in the Midwest. I was a pioneering. And then I recall while people in mid-July in upstate New York endure the same temperatures. So I survived through it. But it's in the 70s at the Wool Bowl. Not uncommon for early November. Second half action begins. Back deep to receive is Hall. Looks like he's going to have a chance from his own 5. Make it his own 2. Takes 3 steps back. Now he finds a seam up the middle. He's across the 30 before he's finally brought down. The Bronco drive is going to be starting at the 35. Got my Bronco stat sheet out. We begin from the 36, specifically, not leaving 1 yard unclaimed. Let's see if Meyer is the quarterback. He is, number 7. He's got twins left and twins right. Looks like Joseph is in the backfield with him. Was there a penalty there? I missed it. I didn't see a penalty flag down. There must have been a penalty down there on the Pumas. I was looking at my stat sheet. So, I'm going to put a penalty down for the Pumas. That's... Were they readjusting? Oh, readjusting. Okay, I'll take that off. Number 3, Montage Joseph, goes for 4. Is that Joseph? What number is that running the football? 13. Goes for 4. His first time on the stat sheet. He's going to get another carry. He goes to the left side. He is able to pick up 5. It's not enough for a first down. Let me get you a name on number 13. This is the first time I've seen him. This is Luis Pondo. He's an Artesia, New Mexico native. Now Meyer under center. He's going to get a push forward. He's going to get 4 yards. He's going to get the first down. Meyer now moves up to 18 yards. So it's nice to see Luis Pondo picking up a few carries. He's got 2 carries for 9 yards. The Broncos are able to pick up the first down. Twins left, twins right. Meyer firing over. That's number 80, Quinones. Good for a pickup of 5. Second down and 5. Trips are on the bottom of your screen. Meyer pulling it, firing over the right side, falls incomplete. Meyer's first incompletion of the half. In comes what looks like a new center for the Broncos. Could actually be a new right guard. No, it's going to be a center. Look like number 59 coming in for the Broncos. Make that Ulyss Grav. All right, third down and 5. Out comes Pondo. Meyer taking the snap, looking left, now looking right. Now checking to the flat, that's Pondo. Pondo rolls over a Puma, but the ball's out. It's on the ground, and Pondo's able to get it back. The reception is going to go for no yards. Looks like the punt unit's coming on the field for the Broncos. Pondo enters the receiving category. The Broncos line up in a punt set. 5 down linemen. Booting the ball away. Very high. No chance of a touchback here. Almost hits a Bronco. Taking a backwards bounce. Down at the 21. So that's where the Pumas drive will start when we return. This is Bronco football on KSVPTV.com.
Of all the flowers in the world, pansies get a bad rap. Hi, this is Jim Gill with Roswell Seed Company. The name pansies sound delicate and weak, but in reality, pansies are bold and beautiful. When the frost has killed all the other flowers, pansies start blooming and they'll bloom all winter long, which is why you should come see us at Roswell Seed. We have a greenhouse full of colorful pansies ready to brighten up the coldest winter day. So come get your pansies, and remember, if someone calls you a pansy, take it as a compliment.
2 minutes and 40 seconds is what the Broncos take off the clock. They got to kick it away. The Pumas drive starts from their own 21. The carry is to White. No, it's a pump fake. Thrown to the tight end. He's going to be mowed down. A gain of 1. The tight end is number 13. His first time in the receiving category. That's a complete pass, though. Even though it's a gain of, I'll give him 2 on the play. Let me erase my marks here. Taking stats the old-fashioned way. All right. The Pumas, second down. Trips on the right side. That's the top of your screen. Crystal clear camera view. Malvern giving the ball off to White, finding a crease on the backside before the Broncos close it quickly. Still good for a gain of 4. That's White's 5th carry. He's up to 22 yards. Barry White, the running back, number 5. He was, when talking to one of the Papago's coaches, a player to watch for the game. We've seen him several times tonight. Although he doesn't have the most attempts from the Pumas, he is second on the team in attempts. He does, however, lead in yards at 22. The next closest, number 28, with 8 yards. It is third down. This is the third play of the drive for the Pumas. White gonna get another carry. Gonna find a crease before he's drugged down by the jersey. Oh, how quickly those creases close. White, however, is gonna be good for 2. That puts him up to 24 yards. The Pumas forced to kick. Back deep to receive for the Broncos. Traditionally has been number 32, Churchill Williams. I don't think that's him, though. These black jerseys and gray numbers sometimes ripple up, making it difficult. Low snap. The kick is corralled. It is an end-over-end kick, sending the return man back. Takes a very beneficial Pumas bounce and is going to wind up at the 5. Yes, back deep to receive for the Broncos was number 32, Churchill Williams. So what a kick. The Broncos are starting back deep in their own territory at the 5. This is Bronco football on KSVPTV.com.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
So the Pumas are able to take some time off the clock. At this point, I think that that's their biggest priority, taking some time off the clock slowly but surely, finding ways to hammer down this Bronco defense. The Broncos push back deep in their own territory, starting at the 4. Meyer giving to Favors. Favors looking for some counteraction. He's going to get nowhere. He's dropped in the backfield for a loss of 2. That's Favors' first carry of the half. That's his 10th carry overall. He now has 36 yards. He was up to 38. That loss of 2 pushes him back to 36. Second play of this young offensive drive for the Broncos features Myers in the backfield, twins left, twins right. Tucked away in that end zone on the far side, about as far away from the broadcast booth as you can get. Myers taking another glance over the defense. The Pumas looking like they're showing pressure now, backing up. 3-step drop for Meyer, wanting to throw across the middle. Now he's going to be pressured and he's going to be wrapped up. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's not going to count as a sack. It's going to count as a 0-yard run for Meyer. Close call. They're going to mark him down for a loss of 1, actually. So that will be a sack for the Pumas. That's exactly what they need if they're going to get back into the game, which there is a sense of urgency on that Puma sideline. The sun is in the face of the Broncos as they look over to get the call. They're looking over to the near sideline on the bottom of your screen, all those black jerseys. Favors in motion. It's 3rd and 13. Meyer wants to throw to the near side. He has Jones as the intended receiver. The pass sails out of bounds. Myers is 1 for 3 on the half. And the Broncos are going to be forced into a punt situation. The Broncos took some time off the clock there. They took about 1 minute and 40 seconds. As the drive will end with 8 and however long this punt takes. Pumas rushing guys off the field. Oh, end-over-end kick. I think it got blocked by the Pumas. In fact, it did, and before it's down by the Broncos at the 16. So a sloppy special teams. Number 43, Damon Mayberry, doing the kicking for the Broncos. It was tipped at the line before it was immediately downed. So we're going to keep it right here. The Pumas will take over possession. That play took 2 seconds off the clock. So, as my suspicions are warranted, about 1 minute and 40 seconds taken off the play clock there by the Broncos. So the Pumas are going to have excellent field position. Their certainly best field position of the game at the plus 15 specifically. 8 minutes and 11 seconds on the clock. Zamar Malvern looking to get the Pumas back on the board, a place they haven't been since the second quarter. Malvern dropping back, looking left, firing left. Has number 88, the tight end, wrapped up immediately. A gain of 1. Pumas without a touchdown. Without a first down. They went 3 and out, resulting in a punt their last drive. So no first down on the half. Clock is ticking. 2nd down and 9. Malvern with trips to the near side. Broncos look like they're bringing heat. Here the Broncos come. Malvern dropping back, firing out of bounds. Oh, he got thrown down. But it is marked as an incompletion, breaking up his two-completion streak, I should say. Look like they're the heat-sinking missile for the Broncos, 52. Mayava. Trips are going to be to the bottom of your screen. That's going to be the near side. The Pumas now looking at their sideline, similar to the Broncos, getting the play call in. Malvern needs points. This Puma offense needs points. They've been suffocated by the Bronco defense. Malvern fires, and that's going to be rightfully so. I was waiting for that pass interference to come in, and in fact it does. We have a Puma rolled up behind the play, but it is going to be a pass interference, as I was suspecting, or maybe a holding penalty, a defensive holding penalty. It is a holding penalty. So, let's count the yards. It's going to be an automatic first down. 10 yards on the Broncos. That's their 6th penalty for 60 yards. Darn. The clock is steady at 7 minutes and 19 seconds. The Pumas now have trips on the top of your screen towards the sideline, to the near side. Carry up the middle. 25, last second push into the end zone is good. A 3-yard carry, a touchdown. The Pumas, halfway through the third quarter, have points. Something the Broncos can't say they have. High snap, good hold, good kick. The Pumas have pulled to within 13. This is Bronco football on KSVPTV.com.
Your destination for health is closer than you think. You don't have to drive hours for personalized care. You can get high-quality health care right here, close to home, at Artesia General Hospital. From hip, knee, and shoulder replacements to sports injuries, general surgery, pain management, and wound care, our providers will help you get back to doing the things you love right here in Southeast New Mexico. Artesia General Hospital is here for you when you need us. To learn more about some of our key service lines, visit artesiageneral.com/closer.
4 plays, 58 seconds, a 3-yard touchdown. That's how the Pumas score. It was actually 15 total yards on the drive. Remember, after the poor punt from Mayberry, the Pumas get incredible field position. They start at their 15 and they convert it to points. So they move to within 13 points, 27-14. The Broncos have got to be looking for a sense of urgency. The throwaway game that some believed in the community, that some believe this would be, has not necessarily transpired into a throwaway game. As a matter of fact, the Pumas are looking to further close the deficit. The kick is bombed away. It checks up in front of the end zone, but it eventually rolls into the end zone. The Broncos will start at -25. The Broncos started at I will say this. The Broncos, according to my calculations, they have 1 first down on the half before eventually having to kick it away. They've punted twice. One time they went 3 and out. The other time they had to kick it. after they picked up the first down and then kicked it. So now they're at the 25. They need some life. Hall goes in motion behind the formation. Myers fires to him, and he's met immediately. It's incomplete. The clock is running. I wonder if that's intentional. The Broncos started with 7:10. The clock is continuing to run. We're now down to 6:45. Myers is going to give this off to Pondo. Pondo carries forward for 8. Very productive run there from Pondo. That now gives him 17 yards. Now the clock is stopped. Makes me wonder if it was intentional, the running of after the incompletion. Nonetheless, third play of the drive for the Broncos. Twins on the top of your screen. Notice Quinones on the bottom of your screen. Tucked in tight. Myers on 3rd and 2. Dropping back. 3-step drop. Firing to Pondo. It's incomplete. Myers has struggled. He's 2 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I count him as 2 for 6 on the half for only 4 yards. So throwing the aerial attack for the Broncos has really been dampered by this Puma defense. Papagos has come to play for the second time. The Broncos have been forced into a 3-and-out. If the Broncos kick this and don't fake it, it'd be a net gain of 8. Mayberry's kick directly into the sideline like a heat-sinking missile. We're going to take a 30-second break. It's going to be Puma ball after this.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests. Protect your family's most important investment, your home, and protect your children and pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Call Bob Reed Pest Control today and let our fully licensed pest control professionals start working for you and your family. Find us fast in names and numbers. Call 623-5344, serving all of Southeast New Mexico.
3 drives, 3 kicks for the Broncos. The Pumas, meanwhile, have a touchdown in the half. Malvern leading the team, looking with a touchdown here to cut it to 1 possession. Right now we're at 2 possessions, 27-14. 6:08 is where we start the drive. The Pumas starting at the plus 48. Firing to number 13, no gain. Second down and 10 for the Pumas. Clock is running. We're still in the 3rd quarter. Sunny afternoon here in Roswell, New Mexico. A light breeze blowing from south to north. Nothing that should too much put a damper on the play call of these offensive coordinators. At this point, they have it figured out. Approaching 5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Pace of the game is a big emphasis for the Pumas. Malvern firing to an island on the right side. Big run by number 84, but it's going to fall incomplete. On the defense for the Broncos, looking across the far side, looks to be number 30. I would say that's Samson Olafipo from my high tower perch. Actually, could be number 38. Alex Pope. I think Alex Pope is a more accurate name for the defense on the top of your screen. It is 3rd down for the Pumas. They're looking for positive yards. It's 3rd and 10. Malvern drops back, firing over the middle, and it's dropped. Back-to-back incompletions. Clock stops, 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Coming onto the field are the punt units for both teams. We've had 3 straight 3-and-outs, the defenses. Excuse me, no we haven't, because the Pumas just scored. 3 of the last 4 drives have been 3 and outs. Bronco 3 and out. Well, no, that wouldn't be right. 3 of the last 4. Broncos 3 and out. Pumas touchdown. Broncos 3 and out. Now Pumas 3 and out. Kick is away, has a little spiral, returned by Churchill from the 17. He's going to be able to get around the right side. Penalty flag is down. Churchill is also down. No, he's not. He breaks a tackle and he finds a seam across the 35. Now to the 45. Before play is stopped and another flag comes in. So we have 2 flags, and that's what I was hesitating to see. I was waiting for that second penalty flag to come in. Williams is going to get back to the 48. Let's see what these penalty flags are going to do to this play. Rolando Gonzalez discussing with the rest of his crew. All right, so the Pumas kick it away. The drive is finished at 4:55. Holding on the Broncos. That's a spot foul. Darn. So let's count the yards from here. I'm going to count the yards from where the penalty was thrown. So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty on the Broncos. So I will put that down. Broncos now have accumulated 70 yards in penalties, and that is if we don't count the from the 45. I guess we could. I guess we could say that that's a 32-yard penalty considering where it comes back from. But that to me seems like an unfair way to calculate but it is the way that it is. 32-yard penalty, the Broncos starting from the negative 13. From the minus 13. 4:55 on the clock. Myers gives to Favors. Favors finds a seam and finds 6 yards. Favors up to 42 yards. Favors going to get another carry now, bouncing it out left, picking up a first down. Favors good for, let's say, 5. Third play of the Bronco drive. Myers, hard count. Pumas look like they're going to jump. Stay disciplined enough not to. Trips are on the bottom of your screen. Myers says hut. He throws a screen pass, and it's incomplete. Way over the hands of the intended receiver. Tough with the numbers to tell who the intended receiver is, but it looks like it's number 81. Make that Diego Nunez. Diego Nunez listed at 5'8", 175. No, excuse me, 6 foot 180. That's Diego Nunez out of Roswell, New Mexico. All right, here we go. Fourth play of the drive. In motion goes Quinones. Meyer throwing on the run, finding Favors. Favors making a Puma miss before he's met immediately. A gain of 5. Meyer breaks his streak of 4 incomplete passes. Broncos looking to the sideline here, getting the plays, clock winding, approaching 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Now it seems like the Bronco game plan might include slowing this down a little bit. 5th play of the drive for the Broncos coming. They have a long way to go. 3rd down and 6. In motion goes Favors, empty backfield. Meyer drops back. 2 Broncos run the same route. A Puma almost comes up with the interception. There's a Bronco down, looks to be an offensive lineman. Getting rolled up on the play. Nearly impossible for me to get a number at the current angle. He's now limping off. 65. Fautelo Sasagi. Holding his left arm looking limp. So the Bronco drive, it results in a gain of 14 total yards, but it's going to come to an end at the 27. Mayberry booting it away. Out of bounds. All right, Puma Bowl when we come back on KSVPTV.com.
Even if you swing the golf club like an arthritic giant gorilla, you'll look good on the course in professional polos, shirts, and hats embroidered by Business Notions. Even add your company logo to golf balls. So don't look like a gorilla. Call Business Notions at 625-2840. Professional embroidery and screen printing perfect for your next event and sports teams. Business Notions. Our business is making your business look good. 625-2840.
This is the Pumas' fourth drive of the half. Malvern dropping back, looking left, firing left. Good for a gain of 7. Who's that on the reception? Number 88, good for 7. His second reception of the ball game. He now has 8 yards. Malvern has now thrown the ball 21 times. He's 11 of 21. He has trips on the right side, a tight end, or essentially a wing back on the left. Partnered up with another wide receiver out closest to the bottom of your screen. He's going to hand the ball off. Running downhill, number 25. Good for 2. .25 now has 3 carries for 8 yards. I'm using numbers because these names, we were not provided a roster for Papagos. Very interesting scenario. This is the third play of their drive. For a school with not much posted on their website, they've certainly played very well today. They only trailed the Broncos by 2 scores, and they are on the move. 3rd down and 1. Broncos crowd the box. Malvin keeps it, and he's going to go for 5. Another first down. Wow. I say wow there because the Pumas are moving the football, which was not the expectation coming into the ball game. The expectation is the Broncos would blow them out, and that's not happening. The Pumas have certainly come to play. They're in a bunch set. Zamar Malvern going to give the ball off to Barry White. Barry White going nowhere. Barry White losing 2. Barry White now 7 carries, 22 yards. That was the 4th play of the Puma drive. When we get back, we'll have the 5th play. The Pumas are going to let this time run out. They started at the 49. They're now up to the 36. Positive gain of 13. They started with 2 minutes and 53 seconds on the clock. We are now going to the 4th quarter with a ball game on our hands. The little-known Papagos Pumas have come into the Wool Bowl, and they've got the NMMI Broncos having to work a little bit. The Bronco defense going to look to respond when we get back from this minute break on KSVPTV.com.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Southwest Printers is a third-generation printing company. From letterheads to business cards and all types of invitations, books, and magazines. Our dedicated staff care about your project and work to get it right the first time, every time. Southwest Printers' design team makes your art stand out above the rest. Our printing team will handle your project like it's the only one in the shop. Let us print your signs, banners, window lettering, event tickets, invitations, and much, much more. Remember, Southwest Printers. If you can think it, we can print it.
Find us fast in names and numbers.
Fifth play of the Puma drive, first play of the quarter. Big completion over the middle. Good for 5, 10, 15, 20, 24 yards to number 84. First time we've called his number tonight. Wish we could call his name, but I've already been over why we can't. For any of these Pumas. Bunch formation. Malvern dropping back, firing over the middle. He has a target. He has a touchdown. From 15 yards out, the Pumas score. The number is 12. A sigh of disappointment at the Wool Bowl. The Pumas missing a player. The Puma score sheet is lit up with highlights. Highlights are touchdowns. Kick is up. Kick is good. All right, we're going to take another break. The Pumas find the end zone. This is KSVPTV.com.
Calichi's is ready to bring you the coolest dessert in the desert. Desert Ice, a 100% fat-free and dairy-free premium fruit ice that's made daily. Whether in the desert on a cone, a cup, or as a mix-it, Desert Ice is the perfect treat to cool you down when things get hot. Available in fruitastic flavors like mango, strawberry, lemon, and orange. Try it alone, in a cone, or take it to the party zone and mix it in with any Calichi's flavor. Turns out the desert can be a pretty cool place. Get to Calichi's on North Main in Roswell. Roswell's newest spot to chill out.
The Pumas find the end zone. A 15-yard pass. That drive, they go 49 yards for 3 minutes and 41 seconds. The score is 27-21. The Broncos have not scored all half. The Puma kick pounded away. Returned by Hall at the 5. Room to work. Now he's going to be across the 20, across the 25, across the 30 with a seam. Spinning away from tacklers down at the 42. So the Bronco drive starting at the minus 42. Start time is going to be 14:08. Broncos have punted each of their last 4 drives. The Broncos need life. Muasau has been out since the second quarter, so in his place has been the backup, Kieran Meyer from Yonkers, New York. Twins left, twins right for the man from Yonkers. Meyer handing the ball off to Favors. Favors finding a crease, finding a first down, finding the 30, finding the 25, 20-foot race, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that, my friends, well, that's just another Bronco touchdown. Zahir Favors, 56 yards to the house. A simple power play to the right side. Myers gives it to Favors. Favors finds the crease. He found the first down, and then he found the green grass. And in proceeding order, he found the touchdown. The kick hits the crossbar and pounds through the kicker, Iopa Mahoney. So the Broncos find the scoreboard, something they much needed. We return with more Bronco football on KSVPTV.com.
Dion's is proud to be a part of the Roswell community and is the perfect place for team dinners, family gatherings, and all your catering needs. Stop by Dion's in their beautiful restaurant at 1350 South Main Street in Roswell for the best pizza, salads, and subs in town. Or visit Dion's.com to order ahead for dine-in or for a super fast pickup. That's Dion's.com to see the full menu and order ahead. Thanks, Roswell, for letting Dion's celebrate the community they love. Dion's, where great food and good people meet.
Zahir Favors now over 100 yards. He's got 13 carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown. The Broncos scoring drive. One play, 11 seconds, 56 yards. Zahir Favors going around the right side, finding the end zone. Now the Broncos lead 34-21. Teeing this up is Mayberry from the 35. Sigh of relief. Filling the wool bowl, the sun setting behind us. Mayberry jogging up now, kicking it away. Short kick, returnable, gonna take a bounce. Now returned at the 20. Now almost across the 30. Couple men were made to miss before the Pumas are slung down. The drive will start at the 26-yard line for the Pumas. The Pumas have had excellent starting field position this half, which includes starting at their own 15, their own 48, their own 49. But now they're starting at the Broncos 26, 13 minutes, 46 seconds are on the clock. The Pumas are going to have to get it moving. Pumas leading receiver number 1 with 28 yards. No receiver has more than 2 receptions. A timeout on the field for the Pumas. The play clock was winding. We'll take 1-2. Bronco football on KSVPTV.com.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin and Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Zahir Favors, who just went for that long touchdown run. The website, the New Mexico Military Institute website, says he has 31 rushes for 115 yards. On the game, Favors has 103 yards. Favors has nearly eclipsed his season total in this one game. The story is not the Bronco offense right now, it's the Bronco defense. With a little bit of a cushion, can they hold? Barry White getting the carry around the right side, around the left side, almost forcing the Broncos to miss. I say almost because the Broncos didn't miss, and White is stopped for a loss of 4. White has 18 yards on 8 carries, little over 2 yards a carry. Shows you the stifling rush defense of the Broncos. Trips are at the top of your screen. One wide receiver on an island underneath. Malvern takes a 3-step drop, looks left, fires left. He's under pressure, but he finds his receiver number 12. Good for a gain of, make it 10. What a reception in traffic. Malvern has now completed his last 4. He's completed 5 of the last 7. And 7 of the last 10. He's got trips to the right side. One of those tripsmen is the tight end. with his toes on the 25. He now hands off. That's White bouncing it to the outside. It takes 4 Broncos to bring him down. The ball bounces out, but the official says he was down. He's marked down. He picks up 6 yards. Does White good enough to move the chains? He now has 24 total yards. We're in the 4th quarter at the Wool Bowl. The Broncos leading by 13 points over the Papago Pumas out of Arizona. The New Mexico Military Institute Broncos out of Roswell, New Mexico. Bunch formation for the Pumas. Zamar Malvern takes a 3-step drop under pressure, firing to the to the running back. Nobody picked him up. It's going to be a completion of 14. Number 29 on the carry. Malvern has gotten hot now. He's completed his last 5. We have an injured Puma on the play. Number 29, I don't have his number on my thin Puma roster, but he now has 3 targets for 32 yards. He is the leading receiver for the Pumas. We're going to take a quick break for the injury timeout. Back with more on KSVPTV.com.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
Welcome back to the Wool Bowl and Bronco football on KSVPTV.com. The Pumas picked up their second first down of the drive. They're now starting to move a little bit. Time is not on their hands, though, or I should say time is not their friend. 11 minutes and 18 seconds left to go in the ball game. Down 2 possessions. Down by 13 points are the Pumas. Malvern claps his hands, now takes 5 steps back. Has plenty of time to throw before he's finally flushed. He pump fakes right. He now throws to number 80 on a reception of 10. Make it 15, 16 yards. Story of the game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight completions for Zamar Malvern. Bunch formation for the Pumas. Malvern handing off to 29, up the middle, bouncing and prancing, finding a first down, finding 11 yards. Stutter steps, then shoots forward like he's right out of a cannon. Goes number 11. Number 29. I don't have his name on the roster. Of course, like I've told you before, only have 6 players for the Pumas on the roster. Very small school out of Arizona. Not much information out there. The quarterback's going to keep it on the option. He's brought down. Ball comes out, but he's marked down again. Malvern around the right side for 2. Malvern now with 10 yards. If the Pumas are able to pull this out, I say Zamar Malvern would be the player of the game. His offensive throwing the football, he has certainly carried the Pumas. And his ability now to string together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 straight passes has been stifling for the Bronco defense. They've certainly had their backs against the ropes. Malvern handing off. No, he doesn't. He keeps it. He's flushed. He throws to the right side. He fires incomplete. And the long streak that I told you about is now snapped at 6 straight completions, but very meaningful completions. Firing the ball around. The leading rusher for the Pumas on the half, I should say the man with the most attempts, Barry White. He's had 5 attempts the second half. I don't see him on the field, though. Zamar Malvern dropping back, flushed, under some pressure, calling for his receivers to come forward. It's intercepted by the Broncos. Does he have his feet in bounds? On the interception, number 28, Jamarcus Johnson. The officials congregate to discuss the matter. Does Jamarcus Johnson have an interception? He does. The Broncos are able to force their way off the field. It's an INT, the first of the game, forced by the Broncos. So, what looked like a long drive for the Pumas has now come to an end. 8 minutes and 49 seconds left on the clock. The Broncos are taking over at the 15. The Pumas were driving. They started that last drive at their own 26, and they were driving and driving and driving. All right, so Myers going to take the field again. Yonkers, New York. That's where he is from. In motion goes Quinones. Myers handing off. On the carry, Luis Pondo. Pondo good for make it 4. Broncos to the line. Less than 8 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Surprised they're not going to let this go down a little bit. Pondo going to get another carry, looking for a seam. Going to bounce off a would-be tackler across the first down marker. Give Pondo a gain of 8. Number 13 goes for 8. He now has 29 yards. Twins left, twins right for the Broncos. Meyer handing it off to Pondo once more, finding a seam, and the turf monster finds him. A pickup of 5. Luis Pondo now at 34 yards. The clock is running. 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go from the Wool Bowl. Meyer handing off to Pondo once more. Barreling forward, picking up 4. Luis Pondo now with 7 carries, 38 yards, all of them in the second half. He gets his helmet off. He's going to come off the field. In his place will be Zahir Favors. Myers, though, under center. He needs 1 yard for the first down. Generally, the only time the Broncos are in tight is when they're going to go with a quarterback sneak. And my theory proves correct. Myers able to break free to the secondary. Myers picks up 11, but there's a penalty flag down on the bottom of your screen. Rolando Gonzalez, the official, saying it's on the Pumas, which means Myers' 11-yard carry will hold. And it's a first down for the Broncos. Less than 7 to go. Broncos up by 13, looking for some insurance. Twins left, twins right for Meyer. Pumas look like they're bringing pressure. They don't. They back off. Favors, though. Moves forward, slung down, picks up 5. Zahir Favors with 108 yards. He's the only rusher over 100 yards, only rusher over 50. He's also the only rusher over 40. The next closest, Luis Pondo with 38. Twins left, twins right. The Pumas bring pressure. Myers gets the snap off. Replay, firing right up the seam. It's incomplete. Harbin, Kendall Jones, the intended receiver. Nonetheless, that is going to be 5 yards assessed against the Pumas. It's going to result in a first down for the Broncos. Sigh of relief permeating the Wool Bowl. Twins left, twins right. For Meyer. Meyer firing, has Quinones on the right side. Quinones has a seam and 8 yards. Quinones has the most receptions for the Broncos since the half with 2. Now trips on the bottom of your screen. Pondo getting the carry, getting 4 yards, getting the first down. Pondo now up to 42 yards. The Broncos going quick, looking at 5 minutes, 30 seconds in the game. Meyer taking the snap, wanting to give to Pondo now. Play action, firing left side, hit immediately as his tight end. No, that was Quinones, the intended receiver. It's incomplete. Quinones hit hard. The 5'11", 160-pound wide receiver from Port Richey, Florida. Couldn't connect with the man from New York. Number 7, Kieran Meyer. Meyer giving to Pondo. Pondo finding 3. Pondo now up to an even 45. Injury timeout. We're going to pause for 30 seconds on KSVPTV.com.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to Smart Home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans and options to fit your family. With fast, get true 100 megs per second download and upload speed. With faster, get true 500 megs of download and upload speeds. And with fastest, you get 1 gig. Learn more at plateautel.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
A round of applause at the Wool Bowl. Off goes number 11 for the Pumas. I do have number 11, Corey Floyd. That's the Papago's Puma being helped off the field. The Broncos now coming back onto the field. They are on the move. Kieran Meyer, the backup quarterback for the Broncos, been able to put together a fourth quarter that's been good enough to put the Broncos, keep the Broncos in the driver's seat. Bunch formation in tight. Hall now across. Meyer firing. Once Quinones, he doesn't get anybody. It's incomplete. Meyer took over for Muasau in the second quarter. Muasau went for a 2-yard touchdown run with 2 minutes and 13, where's that number? 10 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second quarter. So Meyer has certainly had plenty of time, almost what will be 2 2/3 quarters when this game's all said and done. Now he has trips to the bottom of your screen. It's 4th down. He drops back. He's going to be pressured. Ball's at his chest. He now finds a seam, finds the first down, finds the 10-yard line. Kieran Meyer goes for 18. We pause for a timeout for the Pumas. They're going to take one. We have 4 minutes and 35 minutes left to play on KSVPTV.com.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
Welcome back to the Wool Bowl. This is Bronco football on KSVPTV.com. The Broncos threatening for another touchdown set up by Kieran Meyer. Long run of 18. He now has 46 on the day. Twins left, twins right for Meyer. Fans were nervous, considering the Bronco offense got off to a slow third quarter start. Meanwhile, Hall makes a one-handed reception, and the Pumas make a one-footed tackle. The reception by Hall, good for 9. Meyer had 3 straight incomplete passes. Now he's good for his last 2 of 5. Bad time to get the hiccups. Broadcasting, we got 4 minutes left in the ball game. Got to tell these hiccups to wait. Pondo's going to get a carry. No, he's not. Myers is going to pull it. Myers is going to find the end zone. 3-yard carry by Meyer. Touchdown, Broncos. That, my friend, well, that's just another Bronco touchdown. How could we forget that? We're stopping play here for something. Broncos now have 3 rushing touchdowns. They now have touchdowns, I should say, on back-to-back drives. The officials congregating at the 9. Still no call. We are waiting all patiently. Now you have a better view of it than I do with our sideline camera. Did we stop play for nothing? Well, we're still congregating. Rolando Gonzalez, the white hat there on your screen. Come on, guys. What are we waiting on here? Restaurant hasn't received the reservations yet for the officials. No, there's no reservations in Roswell on a Saturday night. I don't think there is a restaurant in Roswell that takes reservations, do they? Talking to my producer. He's talking to his team. All right, what do we have? We do have a personal foul on the Broncos, and we have a personal foul on the Pumas. Those are going to offset. Coach Tafausao's headsets come off. He's not too thrilled anyways. That's a penalty on the Broncos. I'll put it down as a penalty. It's not going to cost so many yards, but nonetheless, it is another penalty. A lot of penalties tonight for the Broncos. 7 for the Broncos. All right. Mahoney's kick, Olafipo Mahoney from New Zealand. Good snap, good hold. The kick is good. The Broncos have a comfortable lead. We're coasting to the finish line from the Wool Bowl. Back after this.
Of all the flowers in the world, pansies get a bad rap. Hi, this is Jim Gill with Roswell Seed Company. The name pansies sound delicate and weak, but in reality, pansies are bold and beautiful. When the frost has killed all the other flowers, pansies start blooming and they'll bloom all winter long, which is why you should come see us at Roswell Seed. We have a greenhouse full of colorful pansies ready to brighten up the coldest winter day. So come get your pansies, and remember, if someone calls you a pansy, take it as a compliment.
Damon Mayberry out of Alamogordo, New Mexico. Teeing it up at the 35. The cheerleaders on the sideline cheering. A sense of relief has embedded over the Wool Bowl. What was the word that I had earlier? Say what? Washed over the Wool Bowl, we could say that. Permeates. I think I've used the word twice already, though, so I got to come up with a new. Things are chill, as my producer Tanner says. Now, they weren't chill when we started the fourth quarter because the Broncos only had a 6-point lead, but since then they've tacked on a few more points. Mayberry rifles this one, going to be returned from the 24. Number 80 finding a seam. Almost finding the Puma side of the field. Brought down at the 47. Puma starting. They've had good field position. They've started all around their side of the field. I shouldn't say all around. There's been some exceptions, but they started at their own 21. Okay, and then they started at the Bronco 15, then the Bronco 48, then the Bronco 49, then their own 26, and their own 47. So of those, 4 of them are in really good field position. 4 of the 6. All right. The Pumas are now playing for pride. Doesn't look like there's a pathway to victory. They're down 3 with 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Now, you know, if the Pumas are able to pull this victory out, scoring 3 touchdowns in 3 minutes and 45 seconds, this will be the national game of the week of football on all levels around the world. Malvern drops back. He's hit immediately. The ball's incomplete. Malvern got hit hard. Kind of feel bad for the kid. You see guys take shots like that, and you're very fortunate you're in the broadcast booth and not continuing to take shots like that. Those are hard shots to take. Delivering number 64. Sila Unatoa. 6'2", 295 out of IE, Hawaii. All right, 2nd down and 10 for the Pumas. Malvern drops back, screen play. It's incomplete. Malvern, excuse me. That's going to be Malvern's 29th pass. I'm running out of room on my stat sheet. I only have room for 29. And I don't want to take any of Meyer's spot on the Broncos side, so I'm going to have to just get creative here. Third down for the Pumas, 10 to go. Bunch set, 3rd play of the drive. They had an interception on their last drive. Deep in Bronco territory. Meanwhile, the pull, the fire over the middle, the completion. Good for 10, 20. Big completion on the play. There's 10, 5, 15, 20, 25. A gain of 27 for the Pumas. Bunch set, now carrying number 29 to the left side, good for 4. Bunch set. The Pumas have found some consistency in this. Malvern dropping back under heavy pressure, firing into no man's land, but he has a receiver. He has no yards. 14, the receiver. I believe he had the long reception earlier as well of 27. But my stat sheet is not prepared for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different Puma receivers. Compare that to just 6 for the Broncos. We're less than 2 minutes to play. Minute and 40 seconds to go. 3 minutes. I'm sorry, third down. Excuse me. Twins to the right side. One of those Twins man is the tight end. Zamar Malvern taking a 5-step drop. Pressured, firing, intercepted. On the interception for the Broncos, number 28. Jamarcus Johnson cutting back across the 40. Now looking to get across the 50. He gets to the 50, and that's where he's wrapped up by Michael Moore. That's Jamarcus Johnson's second interception. Jamarcus Johnson has found a way to make sure the Broncos are able to pull it out. We have an injured Puma on the field. Let's take a timeout. We're going to wrap up with a final Bronco drive after this.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
A minute 36 is what the Pumas are able to take off the clock that drive. It ends with an interception. The Pumas have now thrown 2 interceptions this half. 2 interceptions on the game. They also lost a fumble, so now the Broncos have moved ahead in the turnover department. Second play of the game was a fumble returned for a touchdown for the Broncos by number 62, Ipola Mahoney. All right, victory formation. Myers going to be docked for a loss of 2. I have to do that. I hate that we do that, but nonetheless, Myers' loss of 2. He's now got 47. Less than a minute to play. The Broncos will have to do that once more. We have 20 seconds to go in the game. The Broncos able to take care of business and win this ball game. Not necessarily, I would say, as expected. I think it was a little closer than they thought it would be. Nonetheless, the Broncos are able to score 5 times on offense and once on defense. Last play of the game, Myers, loss of 2. Myers is going to finish with 45 yards. So we're going to keep it here. The officials jog off. The players are marching on. This was the final home game. The final regular season home game for the Broncos. So we're going to have to continue to wait and see where the Broncos are seated in the conference, and we're going to have to continue to see how that relates to a bowl game. There's going to be much, though, to be there's a lot of gas left in the tank for the Broncos. Like I said, playoff implications plus a bowl game after that. So with that, I want to thank my crew of Tanner, Todd, Matthew, and Paul. Matthew and Paul working the cameras, Tanner working the computer. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Tim, alongside the rest of the team at KSVP. And so long from the Wool Bowl.